Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the It's in Queens podcast, covering events in the world's most diverse borough between October 4th and October 10th of the year 2018.
Wow.
As always, I'm over here, Rob MacKay from the Queens Tourism Council. At my far left is Chris Donovan from the Daily News, which is a co-sponsor. And who wants to guess who's in between us?
I got 1,000 guesses. None of them are right.
I'll tell you, it's either my father or Chris's father.
Right.
And we can see, what do you think by the way they look?
We'll take a poll right now, informal poll.
In the middle is my father, Malcom MacKay.
Hello.
He spells his last name the same way I do, with a capital K, and pronounces it the same way I do, which is actually a big thing in our family because some people allow them to be MacKay.
Oh,
Yes, his brother, my uncle, and my cousin.
He assimilated.
They assimilated, that's right. Anyway, we are here. We've changed venues. We're at LIC Landing on the westernmost part of Queens. You can see in the background the United Nations. You might see some fight between the Palestinian delegation and the Israeli delegation while we're going on.
It could happen at any time.
Anyway, but this is a spectacular spot to be doing this broadcast. And it's actually my father's first time here. What do you make of this?
Absolutely spectacular.
It's absolutely spectacular.
We walked down from the ferry, and I just couldn't get over.
You couldn't get over how nice it is, right? Yeah, it's a really special place. To give you some information, my father is born in Brooklyn. He raised his kids in Brooklyn. Both of his parents are from Brooklyn. And if you looked out to his family members, like uncles and great uncles, you would have just about every Brooklyn neighborhood covered. You know, Sheepshead Bay, Williamsburg, Bay Ridge, Brooklyn Heights, Stuyvesant, Bed-Stuy. So he's here in Queens for not for the first time, but since I've been here, he's been getting to know Queens. What do you think of the borough?
Well, you know, we in Brooklyn, we call Queens the next Brooklyn.
Okay.
Actually, we call Manhattan the next Brooklyn.
Okay, that's right. My father has gone from being, ghetto to hip in his lifetime, ever since I was born.
He didn't have to move a muscle.
Without even moving. He went
great.
from a very dangerous borough to absolutely the coolest neighborhood in town.
That's right.
But have you enjoyed it? Yeah, I know that since I've been living here and stuff, you've been going to some Queens restaurants and some Queens other events and stuff. What do you like it?
Oh,
what do you think?
it's fabulous. It's
Fabulous?
And
Okay.
it's sort of, everything is new and getting better in a way. It's very nice that way.
Yeah, everything's new and getting better.
I know my parents, so my dad chose the borough because he grew up on 60th Street in Manhattan, and it was right over the 59th Street Bridge was Queens. So if he was moving to the country, at least, grandma could get to the house because the Q32 bus ran there.
So the Q32 bus. Well, my dad's, he grew up in Brooklyn while everyone in the family kind of moved to the suburbs.
Sure.
Long Island, New Jersey, yeah. And he proved them all wrong. Although he was a little rough in the 70s, but let's talk about events in Queens instead of nostalgia.
Let's talk about this century.
Yes,
let's talk
about this century.
And this borough.
We have kind of an interesting week of events coming up. You can kind of tell that the weather's changing. We actually have our first pumpkin event.
Nice.
Yeah, it is it's a pumpkin decorating and carving at the Queens Historical Society in Flushing.
All right.
So that's fun. Kids can go and eat old-fashioned or historic sweets and make candy apples too.
Now let's just say that the historic sweets were made recently.
Yeah,
but
the historic sweets were made recently.
Not,
yes, but
not feeding these
with
kids
recipes that are old.
Yeah,
right. There are a couple of other kind of interesting things. We have 3 different plays coming up.
Nice.
One of them is called Leaving Brooklyn.
Oh.
Speaking of this, which is
a
the
tragedy.
premiere. It's a tragedy, right? Which is the New York City premiere of a play written by a Queens native. It's about the 1950s when the Dodgers and the Yankees are going up against each other.
Okay.
Working class Brooklyn families struggling, what they have to do to survive.
Sure.
It's an old story we've heard before, but it's a very well regarded. The playwright is Jeff Mandels. And the cast is very good. And in fact, I think there are about 11 shows, and already some of them have sold out.
Oh, that's great.
Which shows
news.
you that he has some cachet.
Sure.
So if you want to go to any of these tickets, it runs from October 5th to October 21st.
What venue is that?
It's at Queens Theater.
Queens
Sorry,
Theater.
I think I said that. So
That's
Queens
okay.
Theater is showing Leaving Brooklyn.
Nice.
Showing that the two boroughs can get along.
We can, as long as one of them is leaving.
Right, as long as one of them's leaving. We have, I was going to say, do you know about the Queens Consort? This is kind of interesting. Queens Consort is a recently formed orchestra that plays only Baroque music only using Baroque instruments. So Baroque is like 15th century Italy.
Right.
They play instruments that were played during 15th century Italy.
Wow.
So they own like a 15th century Stradivarius violin or something
Exactly.
like that? No kidding.
Exactly. They
Wow.
have they have a lot of
That's
different.
impressive.
Yes. They are giving a concert at St. Mark's Church in Jackson Heights
Nice
on
church.
October 6th.
Yeah.
It's called the Carnival of the Baroque Animals, which is to say the music that they are going to play, which is all written way back then, was music that was inspired by animals and nature.
Okay.
So that's kind of fun.
That is very interesting.
Very interesting. Going to the Noguchi Museum, which is just a little bit up there, this Friday there's free admission.
I looked like the Noguchi Museum was going to be right there when you
You
pointed.
looked
I
at the
looked,
Noguchi
and I thought,
Museum, you
yeah,
said, where is it? Well, it's a little bit further.
a little bit further down. Yeah.
But free admission all Friday, this Friday.
That's exciting.
Special event. And that includes gallery tours
Right.
in English and Japanese.
Nice.
As you know, Isamu Noguchi was a Japanese-American sculptor. There are a couple of exhibitions there going on that are not by him, but are inspired by him and his work.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Noguchi?
I've been to the. I've been to
Oh,
the,
yeah.
been to a
Very
couple of-
good, very good.
It's really worth seeing.
It is. Thank you. See, it's worth seeing. What's your favorite Brooklyn art gallery? Brooklyn Museum?
Yes, that's it. And I remember as you was a boy, your favorite place was the Brooklyn Botanic Garden.
Yeah, that's true. I love the Brooklyn Botanic. We have a very good Queens Botanic Garden.
Yes, I've been there.
Yeah, you've been there. Good. We have a Momo crawl. Do you know what a Momo is?
Yeah, sure.
You would really like Momos.
Yeah.
Momos are basically the Tibetan Nepali dumpling.
Yeah,
So
I
they're
was gonna say,
kind of like a
you
Chinese
got dumplings in China. You got empanadas in the
In
Spanish and the
Argentina,
Latin world.
right.
You've got burritos. You got,
You've got bologna on white bread in Southeast Boston.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
you've got momos in Jackson Heights.
Right.
Now, this is I would call it Himalayan because they're Tibetan ones and they're Nepalese ones.
Okay.
My understanding is that the Tibetan ones have more carrots in what they put inside them, while the Nepalese have more ginger.
More carrots or more ginger?
More ginger,
Okay.
yeah. There are a lot of Nepalese that go to my gym, and they say that they don't like the Tibetan momos. They like but anyway, Jackson Heights has become a very large now has a very large Nepalese population, and a guy who happens to love Nepal and Tibet has organized this crawl where you it's a walking food tour where you go to 20 different restaurants.
You can
all
walk.
Of them,
You don't have to crawl on your
yeah,
hands and
you
knees.
don't have to
right?
crawl.
Okay.
You can walk. You can walk or crawl or
All right.
skip.
Oh
Probably,
yeah, I
if
would
you
love.
want.
After a couple momos, you might walk
Yes,
slower. Right.
and 20 different restaurants are all serving their momos.
Oh, nice.
You try all of them, and then
Yeah.
afterwards you vote for the best momo. And
Can you put down 20 momos in a sitting?
I think I could with a little bit of walking and no dessert.
There you go.
No breakfast.
Yeah,
What do
yeah.
you think?
I'm gonna have to go hunger strike for a day, and then
then
I'll
do the
probably be able
momo
to knock
crawl?
it out.
Anyway, so you can do that. You try 20 different momos. You
Nice.
vote on which one you want.
The price includes all the momos.
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, the price includes all the momos. It's all around there, right around Diversity Plaza in Jackson Heights. And then all the people who attend vote on the best one, and the best one gets the Momo Championship belt,
Nice.
which is a belt made out of real yak hide.
Real yak hide.
Yes,
nice.
real yak hide. They have yak momos.
Oh,
Yak
no
momos
kidding.
Are pretty good. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Would you eat a yak momo?
Sure.
You'd eat anything. Would you eat yak? No problem.
I think so.
Yeah, why not? All right, let me do some other stuff quickly. Queens Museum on October 7th, they open up a show which is all Queens local artists.
Okay.
All
Oh,
right, so
everybody
a
from
lot
the
of
borough.
different artists all through there. They're kind
How'd
of
they
artists in
curate
residence
it?
in there. Well, they curated it. It's something that they do every 2 years, and this is actually the 8th time.
Nice.
So it's the 16th,
16th year.
And it's
See how fast
the
that math is
artists.
done? Nice.
The artists were asked to contemplate sites in the museum and sites in certain Queens libraries.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you know that we have the largest library system in the
did-
United States?
I did know that.
60, I think I talked too much to
No,
this
no,
guy. 62 of
That's
that now,
good.
63 branches.
Yeah.
No, the Brooklyn branch libraries are great too.
You also have some great artists. Mark de Suveru has a studio right up in the East River here.
Yeah,
And a
yeah.
lot of major artists.
Yeah. My dad was in the art world, by the way.
Yeah,
He knows
a little bit.
Yeah. I didn't say you had artistic talent. I said you worked in museums. Queens Botanical Garden. You know they have a Music in the Garden series.
Yes,
where they
I
have
do.
live. Okay. This Sunday they have a Haitian woman named Riva Nire Presil, and she's going to be playing Haitian music with voodoo songs, rituals, drumming, and movement, designed to engage the spirit world to bring healing and positive energy.
Well, I'm glad it's healing and positive because you go another way with voodoo on. And
Yeah,
I'm glad
if you
she's
went the
not
other
going
way, that would be a problem. Much better.
Yeah.
But so if you want to see a woman doing dances and Haitian voodoo dances to bring positive energy, I went 2 weeks ago. I went to a Spanish flamenco show at the Queens Botanical Garden. Fantastic spot to watch live music. You're just watching with trees all around you.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
stuff like
setting.
That. It's really fun.
They really improved that place too a lot.
Yeah. I'm going to list some of the other things quickly. There's an architecture tour of Long Island City, which is done by a guy who was the president of the AIA Queens chapter, professional architecture. He's going to take you all around looking at the different kinds. It focuses on architecture, no food, no history, no demographics.
Okay. All right.
Look at the architecture. We have at the Queensboro Performing Arts Center, there is a big dance extravaganza, including choreography from Dancing with the Stars and musical performances by American Idol finalists.
Oh, look at that.
So you don't watch that kind of stuff.
Oh, it sounds interesting.
Sounds interesting? Yeah, why not? Museum of the Moving Image has a Jim Henson Day. Do you know that Jim Henson? They donated all of his Muppet stuff to the Museum of the Moving Image.
And you broke my childhood when you told me there were several Kermits.
Yes, there are actually several Kermits.
I thought there was only one Kermit.
There are about 15 of them. They sleep in the same room under lock and key. But anyway, it's a family day with puppetry, scavenger hunts, workshops. And
that's Saturday?
Saturday
the 6th?
Saturday, 7th. The 7th.
Oh, that's Sunday,
7th.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you remember, does the name Stephen Flatow ring a bell to anyone?
No.
Stephen Flatow's 21-year-old daughter, Alyssa Flatow, was in Israel as a student, 21-year-old, and she was killed in a terrorist attack on a bus.
That's tough.
He has just written a book about his lawsuit that he has raised against Iran.
Wow. Really?
He's suing Iran, I guess probably because Iran funds Hezbollah, and Hezbollah organizes terrorist attacks in Israel.
Okay.
Anyway, he's written a whole book about it, and he will be discussing it and doing a book signing on October 7th at the Queens Central Y.
All right.
That's going to be kind of interesting. Quickly, let's just talk about, there's a new play coming to the Secret Theater called 8 Tales of Pedro. It features 2 different sets of storytellers. Some of them live in the modern world, some in the 17th century, and their stories get intertwined as they go along, telling their stories, and then they actually combine and lead to the same ending.
It's like Pulp Fiction.
Is that what Pulp Fiction was
there was
about?
a couple of different storylines and they all interconnected.
Oh, okay. All right.
I have to bring it back to pop culture.
You got to bring it back to pop culture. 2 other things. There's a world-famous shaman, emphatic healer, and Reiki master by the name of Gary Spolansky. Do you know what Reiki is?
I know it's that healing for.
It's when they put you. I don't know, but I think they try and get the spirits into your body. It's like a massage with
it's a healing massage. Yeah.
So he's running a program on how to heal you, of health and life cures at the Alley Park Environmental Center on October 4th, and on October 3rd. You know the Fringe Theater Festival?
Yes.
The Fringe Theater Festival is coming to Queens. It's in Manhattan all the time.
Right.
Now it's coming to Queens. October 3rd to October 6th, 4 shows, always at 7 o'clock. There's a play called Bright is the Ring of Words. It's about a guy named Jack Austin who aspires to be the world's greatest composer, but you see how his ambition makes it impossible for him to do anything else in the world.
Okay.
That's at the Jamaica Center for Arts and Learning. That's pretty much all. I have to say.
Right.
Anything else? What am I missing?
No, I think you got everything. You said a lot today.
There's a lot.
What do you think?
There's a lot going on. It's just extraordinary.
You want to come out and visit any of these?
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you guys very much for your time.
Well, we should say while we're here,
yes.
We're here because my man Rob MacKay is being honored tonight by the Titan Theater Company.
Yes.
One of many awards he's won in the past couple of months.
The Titan Theater Company is a Woodside-based Shakespeare troupe, but they do a lot of non-Shakespeare too. They've been artists in residence at the Queen's Theater for the past 3 years. They're about to move to a different spot in Astoria. They've nominated 10 years. They began, their first play was in a small cafe here in Long Island City, and they've now grown. And they're also working with children. So they're going to the Boys and Girls Club, the Variety Boys and Girls Club in Astoria, where they have a theater, and they'll be able to teach after-school theater to kids.
That's fantastic.
And it's their 10th anniversary, and they decided to honor me. I don't know. It's
well,
a
you've
pretty
been talking about them
person they're honoring.
You've been talking about them for years. You're a
Right.
champion of live theater, so I think it's perfectly fitting. And congratulations.
Thank you. And my dad is here. He took the ferry here. There's no reason why other people can't take the ferry here.
Absolutely
If
not.
you can take the ferry from Brooklyn, you can take
It's
the
a
ferry from.
terrific way to travel.
Terrific way to travel. All right. Thank you guys very much. Remember, everything is right. We're talking here. We're just talking. www.it'sinqueens.com is where everything is factual and correct. Or follow us with the hashtag It's in Queens.
On all social media.
I don't know. You're not that big on social media, are you? There's something to be said for reading paper newspapers.
I would, yeah, it would be nice.
It
if
would be
people,
nice for his business, in fact.
If you could all pick up a newspaper, that'd be really fantastic, actually.
All right, that's it. Thank you, and I hope to see you in the borough this week.